They are.
His body's in there? Oh, shit. Look at that. You said that thing was alive?
So they say.
Oh, God. Hey, these things don't leak, do they?
Leak? Hell no. These things were made by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Oh, fuck!
The Tarman is a reoccurring fictional character who appears repeatedly in the Return of the Living Dead movie series. One of the original zombies from the first outbreak mentioned in Return of the Living Dead. The Tarman is kept in a trioxin container containing the gas responsible for the zombie apocalypse and keeping him in stasis. In the movie, Frank explains that the warehouse received some of these military-grade containers by accident, and in a display to show how sturdy they are, he hits one, and unfortunately this releases the gas. During the opening credits we can see the gas being released and the Tarman slowly coming out of stasis. The gas knocks Freddy and Frank unconscious and immediately infects them, and we can understand that this is why the Tarman doesn't eat them while they're unconscious, and when they get up they just leave and don't actually interact with them. The Tarman is heavily decayed, probably affecting his movement and the reason he is stuck in the first room for so long. It's not until midway through the film that the characters actually interact with the Tarman.
Who's there?
They head into the basement searching for Freddy, their friend, and Freddy's girlfriend gets actually trapped in a closet where the Tarman is trying to pull her out and presumably eat her brains, since that's all he says. It's also worth noting that this is the first instance of a zombie saying brains and hungering for brains. Tarman is named such because he is heavily degraded, covered in a melted skin-like substance. He's not a full skeleton, but he's getting there. He's very broken down, you can see part of his skull, and his eyeballs don't actually have any lids, which is pretty creepy. As the punks go down to try and save Tina, Freddy's girlfriend, the leader of the group, Suicide, comes into contact with the Tarman, and because he's startled, he doesn't really know what's going on, the Tarman just grabs his head and eats his brain pretty much instantly. The rest of the group are then chased up the stairs by the slow-moving Tarman, and they actually lock him in, so we don't see him again until quite near the end of the film. At this point, Bert, who owns the warehouse, realises that they need to get into the cellar to call an emergency number to tell the military that they have these containers. In an almost comical fashion, the Tarman then walks out of the cellar when they open it, and Bert instantly smacks his head off with a baseball bat and renders him useless. The Tarman appears yet again in Return of the Living Dead 2. Now, this isn't the exact same Tarman, but he is also a zombie from the trioxin containers, so he's held in stasis in one of those chambers. The chambers are lost in the sewers, and Billy Crowley actually accidentally releases the Tarman, and it's not until Jesse Wilson finds him that we get a good look. This Tarman is different. He hasn't decomposed quite as much. He still has a nose. However, he's equally gross and equally desperate to eat brains. Now he follows the young boy down to the edge of the sewer where he's tricked and kicked into the water. Overall, the Tarman is pretty terrifying. He was made in those days where practical effects were used over CGI, and it makes him a whole lot scarier. And Mayim actually played the initial Tarman, which is probably why his movements look so creepy and just have that classic zombie look to him. The fact that he was able to set the trend of BRAINZ in zombie franchises is also worth merit. And unlike most zombie movies, there's actually a reason for him being slow moving. He's just decomposed a lot. The zombies in Return of the Living Dead are normally quite fast, but because the Tarman has been rotting away for so long, he's slow and has that classic creepy slow movement, and he can't actually be killed. None of the zombies in Return of the Living Dead can be killed. Even when destroyed or burnt, the gas that releases from their corpses goes into the air and just reanimates more dead. So it's pretty much an unwinnable situation. All in all, I highly recommend you go watch Return of the Living Dead, the original one. It's a bit old, but it is a classic. It's got funny moments, it's got scary moments. In my opinion, it's the perfect blend of spoof and true horror. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to like the video, share it with a friend, and of course if you haven't already,